So guys, our former president, Joe Biden, went to one of the show called The View, and talk about his political view of the current term right now with Trump and what happened when he was in power. And again, we did hear from the news that there was a diagnostic right now with our former president Joe Biden. We wish him speedy recovery. But let's watch what happened when Joe Biden went to The View. Let's watch this for a second.
Some of the reporting is that people like the former president you served under, Barack Obama, George Clooney, a longtime supporter of yours, major Democratic donor, Chuck Schumer, your dear friend Nancy Pelosi, also had expressed concerns about your ability to do the job for 4 more years. Can I ask what your relationship is with President Obama and how you address those concerns that they raised?
Well, look, I think that the only reason I got out of the race was because I didn't want to have a divided Democratic Party. It was a simple proposition. And so that's why I got out of the race. I thought it was better to put the country ahead of my interest, my personal interest. I'm not being facetious. I'm being deadly earnest about that.
Yeah, we know.
And I think that, we still, let me put it this way. I had 6 more months. I did a pretty good job in 6 months.
Yeah.
As a former president. I was doing the G20 in Brazil in November. I was meeting with Xi. There's nothing that changed in terms of my work ethic or the success we had with foreign policy or domestic policy. But look, I understand, and the last thing we needed was for me to, and by the way, it's not illegitimate to say, look, I know he only looks like he's 40, but...
Let us stop there for a second. As you did watch this, our former president Joe Biden say that the reason is he stepped down in power last time, it was because he didn't want to divide the Democratic Party. But as we know, as you and I know, that was not the case, right? Because the reason Joe Biden stepped down in power because of the way of thinking was already start to decline, where his health, the way of thinking was decline. And there was actually proof that our former president Joe Biden could not keep a rational conversation. And we cannot have that in